Hey guys, everything new under the sun. We're on the pool table again. We're going to do an unbox of a box. But in this case, it happens to be a Makita box, so that's what makes it worthwhile. We're going to unbox this. This is a tool box by Makita. Happens to be the large unit, and it is one of these interlocking cases. Now, this one has an inside dimension of 7 1/4, 50 by 15 inches and 1/4 by 11 inches and 1/4. And we've got a bunch of stuff as well that we're going to try and stick into it. This is all the stuff that I'm going to try and fit into it. I'm going to start with the Makita tools, the batteries, and the charger, and then we're going to go on to the Black & Decker if we can fit anything more in there. And we're going to see how it handles the weight, basically. Alright, so let's crack this guy open. Let's have a look at this. I got this Makita toolbox for a specific purpose, and it's for a specific project. And that project is to make a power bank. And so I'm putting together a bunch of pieces that I bought off eBay, and basically going to make this into a power bank. But normally it's used for a toolbox for professionals who are taking their Makita tools, I assume Makita tools, to the job space. And these are stackable, so you can stack these on top of each other. They have these latches on the side that will, you can see they extend up above as they latch on to the next one above. So you can get a small box about that tall, and you get a medium box a bit taller. And like I say, this is the large box. Now this is made of hard, thin plastic. It feels like it would be brittle, especially at really cold temperatures. It's not kind of the more soft plastic that you normally see of in you know, other. Well, even like other Makita cases, which I have an old Makita case, it's not like a soft plastic, it's more like a hard plastic. So I intend to do a whole off-grid solar generator project using this box, and I thought, what cooler box could I use than to have a Makita box and use Makita batteries as my solar generator battery bank, and so why not, like I say, have a Makita box for it. So yeah. So the first thing about this is that the plastic is hard plastic. It's got this very sturdy handle that we're going to try. After we get some weight in it, we're going to see how that goes. But let's take a look inside. It is just a box, so you know there's not a ton to say about it. So let's open this up. So the first thing I'll say is there's no latch here really to pick it up, which is interesting. This indent is for the next box that stacks above it, so you can kind of get your hands in both sides. So in this case, when you unlatch it, I guess you have to use the handle here to open it, which is interesting. So we'll do a freehand look at the inside. So that is it, basically. You've got this big container, whatever I said the dimensions were. It is reinforced with these ribs here to make it stronger, I guess. So I don't know if you could stand on it. I don't know if you'd want to stand on it. I imagine some people do, but certainly the thickness of that plastic is not something you would expect to withhold a lot of standing on. Now, some of these things come with foam inserts. You can buy foam inserts, so you can stick various specific tools in there. But what I'm going to do right now is just manually, I'm going to start plugging in my Makita tools and see how much I can get in there, and we'll just see how much this holds and how the weight and balance. So first up, we're going to put the big stuff at the bottom, since that should make it easier to carry. So I've got my big Makita drill driver. I'm going to stick that in there with the battery. And so first thing I noticed is that it fits in there quite nice with the battery. That's a 4 amp hour battery. You get a 5 amp hour, it'd be pretty tight. If you get a 6 amp hour, if they even, I don't think they make them yet, but that might not fit in there, so you might have to take the battery off. So let's go ahead and we'll stick the other drill in here. Here's my impact driver with the little 2 amp hour or 1.5 amp hour, whatever it is. And this happens to have a drill bit on it. So in this case, you'd probably have to take these drill bits off. Maybe I can put them opposite each other like that. That seems to work out. So we've got a big space in the middle. I want to get my charger in here too. So here's another 4 amp hour battery. Stick that in. So far so good. Now we'll go ahead and take our charger, stick that in there. Fits very nicely. Now you would want some foam inserts. So we got a bit more space here. So I can go ahead and put this, I got a lamp here. Black & Decker lamp. Fits in great. So far so good. I got some more tools, but I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with these. I've got a Sawzall. This Sawzall would not fit by any measurement. Zoom out there. It is simply too long, even without the blade. If I turn to something like this Black & Decker skill saw, this might fit in there by itself, but you wouldn't be able to fit anything else in there. So the Sawzall's out the door. It's not Makita anyway, so let's not put that in there. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good look at what you can fit in there for drills. You can get your charger in there, and like I say, with the foam inserts, you could really make this work a lot better. Without those foam inserts, this is going to clunk around a fair bit. But all in all, you know, it holds a bunch. So let's go ahead and latch this up, and we'll see how it lifts here. So the first thing is, let's see if the lid flexes at all when I lift it. It doesn't flex too much. It's actually pretty sturdy. It comes up a little bit, but all in all, pretty good. So let me take it off here, and we'll see how it feels. Let's take this off, and there you go. There it is, standing beside. It feels pretty solid. It's not too wiggly. Honestly, the stuff's not smashing around in there too much. I think if you had multiple boxes clipped onto each other, it would get very cumbersome and awkward. This is a fairly wide box, so it does kind of rub up against your leg when you're walking with it. I don't know that you can fault it a lot for that. Tools are big, so you have to put them somewhere. But it seems pretty good. Let's go with the stand test. I can stand on it, but it is flexing. I got a picture of that again, standing on it. It does flex a little bit. Oh, and it cracked a little bit too. There you go. Do not stand on it. But all in all, it seems like a decent box. Otherwise, it's not meant to be stood on. I definitely cracked something. Not sure what or where, but I'm going to look on the inside and see if I cracked it here. But there's a look at the box. Here's the bottom of it. Nothing to see there. It's got these clips here so you can clip it onto the next box below it. And of course these side clips to clip onto the next box above it. Alright, so let's open it up and see if I can see what I cracked. I heard something crack when I stood on it. Ah, yeah. So let me take you off the stand and I'll show you. So if we look over here, I noticed right away that I was standing on it and it started to pull away, crack right there. Thankfully I'm not using this for tools, so it looks like it cracked over there as well. You can see the white where it started coming apart there. Definitely not meant to be stood on. That's too bad, because at a job site, you know, when you're looking for something to stand on and you happen to see your toolbox sitting there, I mean, that looks like the perfect thing to be stood on, to get a little bit of extra reach. So that's actually interesting that they did not build it sturdy enough to hold the weight, you know, 200 pounds or something. I don't know that they would have had to do some reinforcement, but not a huge ton, I don't think, and they could have got away with that. So that's too bad. Looks like there's some screw holes here, so you could put some backing there, maybe to have some tool forms or tool jigs there to attach your tools to, or maybe you can even use that for strengthening the top. I don't know, but it does seem to be some screw holes there. Overall, it just kind of works. You can see the amount of space I got in there, so you can put a couple more batteries in here. You can put some tools in here. And of course, if you had smaller Makita boxes, you can put lots of different things in there. I don't know if they make one big enough to hold sort of the big tools. Like the Makita Sawzall isn't going to be a lot smaller than that Black & Decker. Would it fit in maybe the extra large box? I'm not sure. But something to look at. I think they were all the same width, but I could be wrong because these are stackable. So I thought they were all the same width, but maybe there are some that are wider. You know, you can see them on Google, on Amazon rather. I got this off of Amazon. This was $39 from Amazon, free shipping. So not super expensive, but then for an empty box, you know, 40 bucks for an empty box, where I could have got a generic toolbox for, you know, $15, $20. So you're paying basically for the nice Makita name there, and you're not paying for much else. It's just a big plastic box. So. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the Makita Power Box Power Bank video. I think that's going to be a very, very cool video. I've got a ton of electronic components coming, and Makita has never made a power bank before, so I'm going to be working on that, so you should see that in a couple of weeks. And if you're watching this video a long time from when I posted it, you'll probably see that it will probably be out in the range of, let's see, February 2019. So look back in that range if you're watching this, you know, a year after I posted. So there you go, a little unbox of a box, a Makita box. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.